In fields on the 22nd. Good time zone. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. I actually missed the announcement yesterday. I was watching the Game Awards and then got distracted right around the time they started playing the infield trailer. So I didn't even realize there was an announcement for the release date until after the fact. And I was like, wait a second. Get owned. It's your fault. I was talking to you. But, oh man. Finally here. Not my fault. Yeah, we were talking about the Warhammer, which is also very exciting. Game Awards, pretty good. I enjoyed it. Good variety of different stuff coming out. Happy, you know, I don't know like anything about Claire Obscure. I actually had to look up what the summary even was yesterday. But I'm happy what I've heard about the company and their origins. I'm happy for them for winning everything. Umama-sama, yep. One best mobile game. Good for them. It's changed their lives. Maybe I should play it at some points. It seems like I'm fundamentally missing something if I don't play it. Guess we'll have to add it to the list or something. The ever-growing list. It doesn't grow that much, surprisingly. It's just a lot to get through. When are you getting EU5? I don't know. When is Ambinar gonna be on EU5? It's not on EU5. That was a post saying someone ported it makeshiftly just the map. So when there's an official port, maybe I'll think about it. How can you play if you don't play EU5? Well, then I'll just learn how to play Ambinar EU5 and not fully understand anything. But yeah, the other thing, well, the main thing I was technically watching for, because I didn't even think about anything about infield being there. I don't know why, but Total War Warhammer 40,000. Pretty crazy. I was not a believer for years. I admit I never believed they would do it, and I have been proven wrong. The choices, some of the choices are a bit strange, and the fact that there's no chaos faction at this game release, but whatever, I guess. We have played. I think I did 2 streams of Total War Warhammer a few years ago. So it's not completely out there. Yeah, we did do a stream together. I believe they said like May or something, or maybe April or something is gonna be a they're gonna do a big live stream thing with like gameplay and stuff. So looking forward to that. My computer hated it. My computer hates Total War. I hope to God that this new engine that they made is actually well optimized. I really hope that, because they really need to do that. Let me see. Where is it? I'm curious. Oh, they didn't give a month. They just said spring they'll have a in-depth look. The time zone. Thorns E2. Ah. Thorns fan, eh? But those are my 2 things for the Game Awards. January 22nd, of course, is a Thursday. Hypergriff loves Thursday. For a second, I thought it was a Monday, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, we can do a whole week. But then I realized I was still looking at December. So instead, we're starting on a Thursday. Just stream over the weekend. Maybe it will be the first legendary mythical weekend stream. That was already going to happen if I had gone into the most recent beta. But of course, they hate me and never want to invite me. But now, Now it doesn't matter too much. If I had gotten, I would have given you my access. Did you? You failed the Perlica test just yesterday. But I appreciate the sentiment. The what test? For the infield beta invites, right? They ask you which character is not in Arknights, and the answer is always Perlica. This one, Imris, thought Perlica was in Arknights. They deleted you from Arknights, yeah. You got assimilated by Oranginium. Zapped out of existence. I'd make a bunch of references, but so much crazy stuff has happened, you won't understand, and also it would spoil you. So instead, we'll just get in the game. Well, bam. I don't know why YouTube chat still re-pops up again when I switch scenes. I've tried everything to fix that.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
Yeah. Imris moved to Uma Musume. Even though we have amazing horse girls like Neural, I don't see Umas wielding swords. Home screen looks different. Yeah, they've updated stuff. You can have
the struggles of Kashmir are
multiple assistants now. They switch through them every login. Got all the favorite characters.
Greed and twisted regulations. That Maria and her cohort could stay aboard Rhodes Island is a good thing indeed. Though people of like minds aren't few in number, we still
so there's something we gotta talk about.
Barren of virtue.
Turn off the music. So they added finally all the rest of the English voices. All of them are great, first of all. Except one. Show me Beanstalk. Okay, you didn't watch the video. Scene is missing the voice modulator. Right? She talks through her little droid thing, but
Misc has won both nature and still life categories in major photography competitions. With a patient
The
enough
English doesn't
subject,
have
her
it.
chances of winning the portrait category are likely to skyrocket as well. Doctor, would you pose for Misc?
Which is strange. I guess they forgot. I don't know. Is that Suletta from Gundam? I don't know. I never got around to watching that one. It's on the list. So that's a bit strange, a bit disappointing. Maybe they'll fix it. Luckily, Mudrock has their modulator. That's good. Yeah, so Beanstalk. I forgot she's from Colombia, but even still, very surprised but amazing that they gave her a southern twang.
Out of the way! Out of the way! Beanstalk Breeding Center's out for a walk. Mind y'all step, no trampling the little ones.
It's amazing.
Hey, you with me, Doctor? Stay focused at work. Be a good kid like P, won't ya? It's everyone yapping about going mining. I might could forget they're digging random holes all over the wilderness like total idiots, but messing up our living space? If I catch those numbskulls again, see my crossbow? My bolts will put new holes in their asses.
So yeah, biggest highlight for the new voices, I think. If Beanstalk ever shows up in anything ever, I'll make sure to give her the right voice. I probably have voiced her once maybe for something, but I don't know what I gave her then. Anyway, we have Leizi to upgrade. Except I forgot to make the material. I'm an idiot. The one thing I was gonna do yesterday, I forgot to do. We're doing it now. I got distracted by the voices. Need 7. I could probably buy some, I guess. Oh, we need just 8 more of those ones. Alright. Here we go.
When I first joined the Judicial Review Office, I strove to be the best in all things. I thought the higher I stood, the more I could do. And yet, it was the same thought that made me leave. Do I regret it? No. Listen to the rumbling of the thunder. Where can its mighty roar not be heard? Where can its brilliant bolts not breach?
I was gonna call her Lynn in the title, but then I realized most people probably don't know what her real name is. Because no one reads the story. I'll upgrade her. You read this. You read the story.
It is worth
Yeah, I
considering
love accents.
Originium Arts Doctrine in a complex battlefield environment.
Like 2 default, I guess, because we'll switch between that and 3 most likely. Also, I discovered from someone online that Lynn's skin, there's just like a dead guy in the background. Just see the hand back there. That's interesting. Oh, actually, he's facing towards her. I see his head now. Interesting. He's moving. Maybe he's not dead. Yeah, that's thing. Friendly reminder that she's like not the best person. Oh, yeah, he is actually moving a lot. I have no idea who that is. But she looks like a cutie patootie. Meh. Meh. So most today I think is going to be reading. Probably all of it, even. A Tale of Grotesqueries. The Arknights movie. I mean, I can give you a 13-hour lecture. I'm right here. There was that fan movie for Lone Trail, which was very fun. So, last time on Fantasy in the Mirage, Lin Qingyan, aka Leizi, has come to a strange town of Mung Town, I think, or Mungsheng Town, something like that. I forget. One's the mountain and one's the town. As yeah, she comes to this strange town and immediately gets involved in a kidnapping murder. Over a book of ancient martial arts written by Chongyu. Turns out the guy who was murdered, Hu Jun, is actually just a pot, a possessed pot, possessed by the powers of the Sui. The whole town is largely comprised of possessed objects. Mr. Pooh, a former Sui regulator, lives in the town and is trying to teach the objects how to be human. And the book contained a chapter, I guess, on some powers that would potentially allow them to truly become human. Hence why they were interested in getting the book. And then the story shifted. The story of the stone, which then became about this guy who found a very ordinary stone. And then a boy sibling showed up and was like, hey, I want that stone. It's a very nice stone. I want it for my garden. And the guy's like, well, if it's so valuable, then clearly it must be worth a lot. I will not sell it to you. And then throughout this man's life, this sibling shows up every once in a while. I was like, hey, you want this? Like, can I have the stone now? And the guy's like, nope. And now on his deathbed, he finally was going to give over the stone. And that was that. This image here of this entity, that was never in there. So I don't know who that is. That entity did not make an appearance at all. The green stone. Oh god. So now we have Bai Jin. The game trick. The game deceived us. So far, at least. I was here for somehow, like, it reminded me of the, what are they called? Why am I drawing a blank on the most interesting character of the generation? The elves. The maybe an elf. the what are they called? The heard of the P, right? Am I crazy? The I have to look at episode 15 synopsis. No, the predecessors are the original humans. The presents. That's what the presents. It kind of looks like the presents a little bit. Got their elves and Arknights. How could you forget Mulesies? What happened to you? When are you gonna be finished, Master? No rush. Let me think a little longer. Well, you've been thinking for half a day now. Last time I came by, you were thinking, and the time before that, too. Were you tricked by someone? I've been here lots of times now, and I've never actually seen anyone play Wei Qi with you. You're not wrong. I'm just thinking about how I should proceed. You need to consider how your opponent will react after you place a stone, and all the changes that will arise after. Sounds like a pain. Just thinking about it makes my head hurt. Can't you finish this game first and ask the one you're playing with to teach you later? It's just Wei Qi. Nothing's going to happen if you lose. But I cannot lose. The one who arranged this game promised me that. If I win, he shall grant me a wish. A wish, really? Shame I don't get any of this strategic thinking. I think I'm more suited for physical stuff. The sun's about to set, so I should get home. There's still a pile of junk I need to sort out. Zaijan. Oh, alright. I just thought of something. We've seen each other lots of times now, but I still don't know your name, mister. My surname is Lin. Not to be confused with Lin. Maybe it's pronounced differently. Well, my name is... K. Lawn, we'll do lawn, I guess, I don't know. Lawn of the orchid flower and K of possibility. We'll do lawn because lawn, I believe, is how they pronounce lawn, the eon in Star Rail, so. That is a possible pronunciation. Double comma. Nice. You do remember my name, right, mister? Lo Chin. That's right. I really gotta go now. Mother said we need to move out of the house for a bit. When I'm back, I'm definitely come and see you again. Zaijan. The sound of the boy's footsteps slowly fade away. Night falls upon the Weiqi board. Sunlight falls upon the stones. Rain and snow wash the stone benches. Lan Ke picks up a white stone. He nearly places it down, but retracts his hand. Half a day later, he finally throws the stone back into its bowl. His 10th dead end. He keeps it clear in his memory. Time for yet another round of calculation. This time, he must come up with some wondrous move or other triumph.
We have arrived, Mr. Yun.
Did you not say earlier that the one who waited for me was atop the mountain?
'Tis true, 'tis true. That person is atop the mountain, indeed. But my duty is merely to show you the path leading up to it. There is only one path going up the mountain. It is not hard to walk. The forest around it has been cleared, so you should not run into any wild beasts. You need only head up. Rest has been arranged for you.
He's a unicorn? Maybe. Yeah, he might be. I suppose it would be rude if I inquire too deeply. Then let's say our goodbyes here. He looks like me. Yeah, a little bit, I guess so.
May we meet again, Mr. Yun.
You say that, but, he's a Paro? What? Huh? Oh gosh, his archive does say he's a Paro. What the heck? So he's a Oh, I wonder if he's is he like the guardian dog? You know those statues, those guardian dog statues? Do they have horns? I think maybe sometimes. If not, I'm not sure what he would technically be then. I don't think I actually see a path of the mountain here. The ground is completely covered in leaves. I doubt anyone has come this way in a very long time. Not seen any signs of beast, or not even signs of any beast trails. Perhaps I should find a local to ask for help. How convenient, a local. Good day. Good day, my lady. Is something the matter? May I ask if you have seen my husband? He's young, with hair of brown and a tail point of pure white. He's wearing a cloud-white tunic, trousers the color of earth, and leather boots. I don't think I've seen anyone who matches that description. My apologies. Is that so? Pardon me for wasting your time. Hold on, madam. Do you happen to be from these parts? I wanted to ask if there was a path up the mountain nearby. You wish to ascend? Then I fear you've gone the wrong way. The regular path up the mountain is on the other side of town. This is the back of the mountain, which is rugged and steep. Townsfolk rarely ever come this way. Back of the mountain? I distinctly remember coming straight from the town's main road. How did I end up on the back? I see now. Dosha, madam. After some deep diving, the Korean variant has a horn. Interesting. But I believe, since the gentleman guiding me told me specifically to come this way, he must have considered all of this. I will continue trying. Please excuse me. I shall accompany you up the mount, sure. I'm sure there's no need. The road up the mountain is dangerous. If we are together, we can look out for each other. Besides, I have already made inquiries everywhere I could in town. The mountain is the last place I have yet to search. If my husband is still in the area, the only place he can be is there. Then I shall have to thank you again. May I ask how I should call you? Baijin. Yeah, still stuck on that board, Brother Lon? I'm hardly in a hurry. You've been at it for so long, I've learned how to play myself. This situation on the board, isn't it a 3-Jiz cycle? They call it a triple ko in Higashi. Shouldn't it be a draw according to the rules? A draw. A draw is unacceptable. The rules are very clear. Only through a win will he grant my wish. Now I need to find a way to victory. What's this wish you want so bad that you need this to win this game? Isn't there another way you can make it happen? Another way? What other way? There is no other way for two as separate as yin and yang to meet again. Oh, miserable fate. From where do you flow? We're getting another, time skip thing with characters aging. That happened with the Stone story, so I don't know if we're just getting a backstory sort of thing, or if the town is existing in different time points at once.
Will this do, Jenner?
Well, the stories all coalesce. Yep, the stories all should be related to each other at this point.
It's beautiful. You really are skilled, my dear. And here I was thinking your ability to bake porcelain only applied to Weiqi pieces. I can do a lot more than that. Next time, whatever you fancy, whatever you like, I'll be happy to bake it for you. Once we are wed, I'll put this vase in the most conspicuous spot in the living room. Vase in the east, mirror in the west. Enjoy lifelong tranquility and rest. We're still missing a mirror, then. But if we place one, you won't have anywhere for the clock. Well, the bell in the town rings in the morning and the night, it'll do. In time, there shall be flowers in the vase, and you in the mirror shine. Oh, that's enough out of you. We don't have much fuel left, so head out to the back of the mountain and chop a few logs while it's still light out. Alright, just sit tight then. I'll be right back. I will. Dinner should be about ready when you get back. What the? What's going on? Where did these monsters come from? Jenner.
So, there was a path here all along. Do you need a hand, Madam Bai?
You do not need to concern yourself about me, Mr. Yun. I grew up among the mounts and fields. This is but a leisurely stroll to me. You, on the other hand, look rather pale. Would you like to rest a moment?
I shall take you up on your offer. Oh, ha.
Your dedication is much like my husband's.
He sounds like a very conscientious man.
He is. He approaches everything with absolute focus. It is rare for anyone's urges to have any effect. He will stay in one place without food, water, or moving until he is done. He really does inspire both pity and frustration.
And somehow doesn't age at the same time.
At least he listens when I speak, so it's always me who has to pull him away by the ear. That's how it's always been since we were little. But there was a gentleman who played Weiqi in town who said his temperament was suited for the game. With a few years of study, he could become a master, perhaps even a grandmaster. If he does, he can leave town and head off to distant lands to look around.
Your husband left to study Weiqi.
Yes. He has been studying for a very long time now. He throws his all into his studies and barely listens to what anyone has to say. It's simply too much, I tell you.
I have also heard about the countless marvels of black against white upon the gridded board. What a dorkish way to say that. And how captivated they can be. The land is very vast, and there are many things that can trap a man in a mire. Even a memory can leave one pacing back and forth for quite some time. Your husband must have his reasons for his dedication.
Why exactly are you trying to argue his case?
I was simply moved by his tale. Well, you said your husband disappeared, but when exactly was this disappearance?
It was nearly nightfall, and he went out to the mountain to chop some firewood, and I never heard from him after that.
That is truly worrying. Let us set off then, Madam Bai.
Do you not wish to sit a little longer? Pardon me for saying so, but your body does not seem the strongest, nor do you look accustomed to steep mountain paths.
While I might not be able to perform martial arts, I practice breathing techniques every day. The path is yet long, so I must be diligent. I see an ancient pavilion further up. We can rest again once we arrive there.
Is Yun our detective?
Maybe, kind of. Lin is more the detective.
Yun is just a guy who, like, travels around and records things. He was, like, studying martial arts for a little while.
Hold low.
The game's still stuck in a stalemate, huh? He's been thinking about his next move for ages now. Just how long have you been working on this one move, Brother Lon?
I don't know.
My grandson's now as tall as I was back then. He didn't believe me at all when I told him about you, who would spend their entire life on a single lousy game, he said. Yeah. You still remember when exactly you got separated from Sister Bai?
I don't. After I left town, I got lost and was disheartened. Wandered the mountain for several months before arriving here. Can't have been that long.
And what day was that?
There were some things I don't remember all that clearly.
Then do you know today's date?
No. But that's not important. Let us speak of other things once I solve this deadlock.
But why is his wife not... Like, why was his wife not aging as well?
Oh, everyone in town's been so in a tizzy over some treasure or the other that I never expected someone to come over here. You to see the game as well, youngster?
I'm just here to take a rest.
But it's just you.
Just me. The lady I was climbing the mountain with. Strange. She was just here a moment ago. Alright. Maybe she was a ghost.
Yu Chengping looks all around him, but there is no sight of the woman. There is only a young man sitting at a Wei Chi board in silence.
And this gentleman is...
He's trapped in that game. There's no getting him out of it. If you know how to play, help him out a bit.
Oh, this game's state.
3G cycle. A J, I don't know. A prolonged battle that can only end in a draw.
Here we have... J. Yeah, J. Seems to be how it's pronounced.
but he's dead set on victory, so in the end he trapped himself here. I can't think of a way to get him out.
Observes the board. Dude, if he solves it, that guy's gonna crash out. Contemplates.
Oh, heaven above, it's trapped another. One after another, ugh.
A refusal to draw, a victory the only satisfactory option. If one focuses only on the jeu, then can one truly demonstrate superiority on the battlefield?
Ah, it's a Chung Yu flashback.
This boy, he yet lives, but with such grievous wounds, he will have to endure many hardships. I can't practice Kung Fu with this body of mine, so what use is there in me recording all the many styles under heaven? I don't understand, Grandmaster.
Yun, have you ever questioned the Grandmaster's plans for you?
Of course I have. When I first took this job, my heart still harbored some resentment. I felt like making me watch everyone practice Kung Fu every day was like chaining me atop a stake while dangling meat before my eyes. The scent hits you like a fist, and your eyes go wide with greed, but if you can never have even half a bite, I tormented myself with an endless barrage of complaints as I suffered in discontent.
But you don't look like you're suffering now.
Even though my progress is only theoretical, it is enough to soothe me. But more importantly, I believe I understand some of the reasoning behind it. Have I told you about my recent dreams, though?
No, might as well tell me now.
One night, I dreamt that I would return to the countryside someday, a nameless obscure man. All those many martial arts moves and techniques, when used upon the fields, will let you save a considerable amount of strength in tilling and hoeing the land. Another night, I was a passionate warrior, quick to kindness and vengeance, and an imitator of the Grand Master. Strike and sunder the tides cleft, retract, and leave no peace bereft. A legend born from a single punch before dying after all my breath is spent.
They both sound really different from the Yun I know.
Obsession is a quagmire. It is natural for those trapped within it to not understand. After much deliberation, there is but only one answer. First give, then observe, and finally take. The stone should go here. Yu Chengping picks up a white stone, paying no heed to the massive 100-point battle raging on the board as he nonchalantly places it on the other side of the board. Black takes the opportunity to wipe out the majority of white stones atop the board, but then comes a stunning reversal, leaving white with a clear advantage. Lan Ke watches in stunned silence as the countless stones, both white and black, disappear as if they were but mirages. All that is left is a clear board, and 3 men surrounding it. The stalemate has been broken. My word, think there was a move like that. Dosha, my friend, Dosha. I couldn't have come up with anything despite thinking for so long. Never expected you to break it open the moment you arrived. You have my admiration.
Alright, no crash out. You flatter me. I don't actually know much about Wei Qi. I simply thought that, since all things on this land are connected, martial doctrines that espouse give and take could be applied to Wei Qi as well. I didn't think it would work out so well. Your Wei Qi skills far exceed mine, but since you are so focused on winning the Jie cycle, you overlook the overall state of the board.
No matter how you put it, this game is won. Is that you, Lo Chen?
I'm Lo Chen's grandson. When he was still alive,
It's not even the same guy. Oh my gosh.
he always talked about how the strange man back home playing Wei Qi atop the mountain. I visited you many times thinking I'd have to pass this task on to my own grandson. Didn't think this man would put a stop to it all, youngster.
That means I've spent
Over 100 years here, the town's changed too.
So I've been separated from Jin Ir for all those years. My dear. Jin Ir. Yes, it's me. Long time no see, dear. It's really you. That Shen wasn't lying to me. I really did meet you again. Amazing. Truly incredible. Let's go home right away. Mom and Dad are still waiting for us. Jin Ir, why won't you say anything? I see. So that's how it is. I was already long ago. But it doesn't matter. I got to see you again.
His obsession with the game was keeping him alive the whole time. With the game ended, the Xian keeps his promise. And so, Lan Ke is free of his regrets. Madam Bai? No, you are not the Madam Bai of this tale.
Yes, after seeing my love, what more have I to pine for? I was but a stack of joss paper before her cenotaph, soaked in his tears and longing. Her desires, my destiny, were bound together in this meeting with him. Him gone. There is no reason for me to stay here. I beg the two of you, fulfill my final request. Place my love's grave by her cenotaph, and burn me as an offering. We may not have been able to grow old together in this life, but I hope that in the next, we will meet again.
Madam Bai falls silent, then bows deeply, and in an instant, there is only a stack of joss paper fluttering in the wind. What is joss paper? Incense paper. Used to burn as offerings, I see. Joss paper. So this particular Bai Jin was a Geist.
120 years ago, for unknown reasons, a horde of Geists fell upon the town one night, wantonly lashing out at anyone and everyone. Truly a calamity. My granddad was saved by the young man named Lan Ke. He helped many townspeople escape with their lives at night, but he himself had to be saved from the flood of Geists by Bai Jin. As for her, she died that night.
Mr. Lon and Madam Bai were kind people.
I heard those guys are born from thoughts, so once those perceptions are gone, they go back to being regular objects. A secret passed down by family for 3 generations has finally borne fruit, so why do my tears refuse to stop? I'm, heading down the mountain, youngster. I need to make sure Sister Bai's request gets done, and also tell my granddad about what happened. How about you?
There's someone I'm meeting on the mountain. I need to get going.
This mountain's so lively nowadays. No idea what kind of big shot asked you to climb up the backside to meet up. Well, I'll be off then. If by any chance we meet again, you're welcome at mine for a cup of tea.
Old Lo carefully packs up the things on the ground, putting them in his basket before tottering down the mountain. Was it you who broke the stalemate? There it is! May I inquire as to who is speaking? A half-life who deals with menial tasks. A hard-working geist is all. You are Da Chongyu's record-keeping man, though one by his side. I presume you are one of the Sui proxies, then. Forgive me for inviting you in such a manner. Let us ascend. There is a guest at the peak, awaiting for you. So I was invited. Indeed. At first, it was for other matters. But who could have expected you to chance upon that game and break the deadlock with a flick of your wrist? You were right again, you happy UHE failure? It was pure happenstance. Did someone really predict that would happen? When the second brother left this board here, he proclaimed that only a man with true intelligence could resolve it. Now that I think about it, him arranging this board here, the closest to human of us siblings is the eldest brother, and calling one of his disciples over, hardly an odd move. Let us climb. Wing wins again? He never wins. He's terrible at Wei Chi, that's the point. Remember to take the board with you. The game is over, so it's yours now. He's obsessed with it, but he never wins, right? Or at least maybe he was bad. Did he get better? I don't remember. Closest to a human of us is the eldest brother, calling one of his disciples over, hardly an odd move. So is this the eldest brother's stuff? Is this what's going on? This whole thing is the eldest brother? Very well. I do not know what to call you. Eldest or Changyu. Oh yeah, Changyu's the eldest. So no, never mind. This isn't Changyu's stuff. Never mind. Yeah, so then Yun is the disciple. That makes sense. Just one character, Liang of the Roof Beam. Mr. Lang, you said that only the Grandmaster students could break this deadlock just now, but the game already had a player before I came here. You mean that Lanka? He really did make a promise at the time, which kept Lanka playing. It was a game where the more obsessed you were with the Jie, and the less able you were to resolve it. He knew full well that a Weiqi player would be mesmerized by them, yet still allowed him to join. It could be said that the one who arranged this game simply wished to play, or perhaps the one who uses Weiqi as a means to meet has a heart as stubborn as this eternal deadlock? Ah, a fine way of looking at it. Yes, very fine indeed. Barely controlled vibrating. Please go ahead and tell it to his face next time. We have arrived. This is the one who wished to meet you. Oh, it's her. I suppose it is fate that determined we should meet again. It is a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Yun. Whoops. The mouse double-clicked on me. Yeah, so Liang, I guess, is the one we saw, the one who was obsessed with with getting. Well, I guess he wasn't obsessed per se. The other guy was obsessed, but the one who wanted the stone for his garden. And whose powers are related to Geists? Maybe? The other time we saw Geists was in Invitation to Wine, that was also just powers of the main Sui. And Mr. Pooh did say that it was based off leakage from the powers of the Sui, but Ling, I guess, is also hanging out here, so I'm not sure if it's him more specifically, or what. And I still don't know how this ties into integrated strategies. Because if it's his garden, why are we fighting his garden? Why? I don't know. That was a fun vignette, though. Errant Swordsman.
It's already a new day, sir.
Yes, I know.
Did you get stood up by whoever you're planning to meet?
Perhaps she was delayed.
You can wait, but I'll be closing shop.
I'll leave if I'm in your way. But I'll still have to wait at the door. This is the place where we agreed to meet, after all. The one with the music. Yeah, Lingering Echoes. Was that the last one you played?
Oh, that's not what I meant. You can stay at your table. We've known each other for quite a while, after all. I was a humble waiter when we first met. Now I'm the keeper of this tea house. You're a weird one, you know, a lone swordsman, coming over every year from... I forgot, are you from Jiangxi or Yumen?
I don't stay in one place. The Four Corners are my home.
But I remember that you came here from... you come here to this tea house in this little town every autumn to meet someone. How many years has it been?
7.
7 years. But all you do when you meet is have a cup of tea, have a little chat. You're neither friends nor lovers. You don't even know her name, do you?
We promise not to pry into each other's matters.
Strange things indeed. Who exactly is this person you're waiting for, anyway?
I don't know. I've dealt with many people in my time. Good, bad, wise, foolish. We're not so hard to understand at the end of the day. But she's the only one whom I've never figured out.
Your sword just knocked over my tea, young lady. It's rather cramped in here. You should put away that sword of yours.
It's just a teacup. I'll pay for it. In fact, I'll buy you a jug of wine and call you my friend. And you can teach your new friend how to use a sword.
Me? You're talking to the wrong guy. I'm no swordsman, just an ordinary merchant delivering some goods to the city of Dusk, stopping by this town for a cup of tea. I don't even have a sword on me. What kind of swordsman doesn't carry a sword?
Don't play the fool with me. I won't let you go until you say yes.
Why would you cut the table in half like that? You're scaring the other guests.
Shut up. I'll pay for it later. Don't interrupt my chat with my friend. Say any more and I'll cut you in half too.
Alright.
That's not very reasonable, is it? What point is there in being reasonable? Better to roam free in the Jiangju. But one needs plenty of skill to roam free.
All the tea house attendants in this event have been very calm about everything that happens to them.
I know you're a master of the sword. I want to learn from you.
Ugh. Came a little too late. I lost my sword. The moment it disappeared, I vowed to retire from Jianghu.
You lost your sword?
I lost it.
When?
Last night. I stopped by this time for the night. It was gone when I woke up in the morning. Just disappeared without a trace. No thief ever came, and nor could they have taken anything from me if they did.
Is she his sword?
What kind of sword was it?
A good one. One who was by my side for many years. Without it, my business would not have prospered for so much, nor would I have had the fame that I enjoy in the Jianghu.
Why don't you look for it, if it's so important?
On the contrary, I can't look for it.
Why?
For so many years I've used the sword, washed it and used it again. Nightmares and waking up from them seemed like there was nothing else in my life. The sword does not remember the blood that it has tasted, but I can never shake the sin. Perhaps losing my sword is a sign from heaven. I'll rid myself of the sword and the status it brought me. Perhaps I'll change my face and name. Find a quiet place to live out the rest of my days. I'll leave the Jianghu and bid farewell to my life before. That's why I can't teach you. The tidings of fate have brought us together in this tiny tea house. If you don't mind me being a busybody, I have a word of advice for you. Don't learn the ways of the sword and cut all ties to the Jianghu.
You can't rid yourself of it.
Why?
You're lying. You're tired of the killing, of the constant cycle of revenge. But you could never let go of the freedom, of the days when you loved and hated as you pleased. You just wanted an excuse to quit. Losing your sword gave you a convenient one.
You're talking like you know me.
Can we make a bet? We'll see each other again in this very same tea house, same time next year. Go and live a year without your sword, as you intend. If you feel happier, I won't bother you again, nor ask you to teach me your swordsmanship. I can learn it, whether you teach me or not.
Sure, it's a bet. I may or may not teach you the sword, but I'll buy you a drink the next time we meet.
The following year,
You're already here. Why don't you go in?
no hurry, there's plenty of space.
Huh?
I've been studying the sword every day for the past year, and I figured out a few moves. I'll show you. You don't need to offer any advice, just watch.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
And that's it. Dosha.
Why did you thank me?
Without a master like you, I wouldn't know which moves should be polished, and which moves should be scrapped. I didn't need you to say anything. All I needed was your reaction. Your face told me all I needed to know about which moves stand out, and which moves are flawed. You said you didn't want to take up the sword again, but you looked like an inveterate drunkard who just saw a jug of wine. You can't hide it. The Jinghu is too dangerous for a simple one like you.
You're absolutely right. Interesting.
Ouch. Here, take this medicine. I thought you would keep holding your pain.
The wound opened when I laughed.
What happened?
I was waylaid on my way out of Jiangxi after delivering the last batch of goods for the season.
Enemies of yours?
Yeah. A job that I took a few years ago. It was only after I killed the man that I realized he wasn't just an evil rich man. Many people had reason to thank him.
and reason to take revenge for him, even though they were not his kin. They must have watched me for a long time. They finally dared to attack when they were sure that I had lost my sword and I hadn't fought in a long time. I barely escaped with my life to meet you here. How many enemies came for your life in this past year? Too many to remember. And you just kept running. What was I supposed to do? Let them kill me? You could have killed those petty minions easily, sword or no sword. To what end? One can never truly kill all of one's enemies. Kill one, and you make another. I'll just keep sinking deeper. And what of it? Isn't that what the Jianghu is about? Live free and live without regret. If your sword hand slows down and you fall into someone stronger, that's just how things are. You've seen the best and worst of the Jianghu. What's so bad about such a life? Besides, is lying low and keeping your head down the rest of your life really the way you want to live? I still think losing my sword was a sign from heaven. Frowns without comment.
Come in, for friends. Your tea is ready. You should drink it before it gets cold.
Let's go. You can leave once you've had your tea.
But I just arrived.
My swordsmanship has improved greatly in the past year, but you haven't figured out how to live without a sword. I won the bet this year. See you again next year.
Very well.
Well, Wild West? Yeah, kind of. The Jianghu is like the name for like martial artists, like the collective of all martial artists that just kind of like, I guess, wander around and like fight each other and hone their skills and stuff like that. Year 3.
You're still alive. How have you been? I don't see any new wounds. Have your enemies grown fewer, or have you learned to run faster?
Year 4.
Marking a boat to find a sword. How could anyone be so stupid? Although I'd never seen a boat, nor the river, nor the sea. Lotus leaves as far as the eye could see, an endless green becoming one with the sky. I wonder what it looks like.
Year 5.
See you next year.
Year 6.
Hey.
Oh, there you are.
I got within 2 inches of you, and you didn't notice. I could have killed you easily if I wanted to.
You still can.
Huh. You were distracted by something else. What are you hiding?
Oh.
Notice, warrant, bounty. Delivering blade. Is it the name of you and your sword?
Yeah.
You keep talking about ridding yourself of your sword, getting away from the Jianghu. Then you commit all these crimes.
Not me, the delivering blade.
What do you mean?
The delivering blade, which had been quiet for so many years, has once again become active in recent months, leaving a trail in multiple nomadic cities.
Jiangqi, Lengyi, Changshu, Lungmen. Or should I say, a trail of blood. I told you last year that medicinal herb harvests were poor across the board. I had a really tough year. Trying to get my debts settled with a few major clients. You mean someone stealing your name to do evil, attempting to frame you directly even? Why? 20 years I worked for both the law and the underworld. There must be countless warrants and bounties on my head. But there's one thing I can be sure. Whether they're trying to catch people's attention or hide their true aim, the name of the delivering blade is convenient for them. Which means the delivering blade can never escape Hu. Funny, isn't it? You're concerned. It's been 6 years since I lost my sword. It was a sign from heaven for me to distance myself from all of this. And I almost succeeded. When I first set foot into the Hu, I just wanted to make a living by the sword, while doing a few good deeds along the way. But the further I went, the less my will was my own. It's only now that I realize that Hu is a vortex, a gigantic vortex, and there's only one way to get out of it. Don't get sucked in the first place. You're in pain. I've never seen you like this before. Is that so? Perhaps. Enough about me. What about you? Me? It's true, you could have killed me if you wanted to, just now. Your skills have improved tremendously over the last few years. No secret tomes, no teacher, not even a sparring partner in this little town. You've come this far on your own talent alone. You don't even feel surprised or confused about all that's happened to me. Your mental attainment, too, is far beyond the ordinary. First time we met, I tried to dissuade you from studying the sword out of my own experiences alone. But perhaps you're a true genius who belonged in the Hu all along. You should leave this town and see what lies outside. You're right. It's something that I must do. Young lady? What is it? Frankly, there aren't many who would be a match for you at this point. There's no need to linger in this tiny town. If you want to leave, you should. We met each other by the tidings of fate. I would like to give you a present. If you take it, the name of the delivering blade. Call yourself his student. Even the delivering blade himself. I could even give you a token to prove it. The Hu can be a treacherous place after all, and it'll make life a lot easier for you. You should go. Let's bring this annual meeting to an end. It's not time yet. What? I haven't found a way to leave this town, but I will soon. I don't understand. You're not the only one who's been being drawn into the vortex. See you next year.
Another 4 hours have passed. It's long past the appointed time, isn't it?
Never missed a time before.
You're not going?
Let me stay a little longer.
Okay, well, I suggest you don't wait anymore.
I knew there was something you wanted to say, Keeper. Go ahead and say it.
The woman you're waiting for is a killer who's committed multiple murders in these parts. The whole town's in an uproar. Nobody dares to go out, even in the light of day. Didn't you notice how few patrons were in here? Finally, a Tianqi from the bureaus arrived, or passed by here a little while back. She's now going after this woman. So I don't think she's coming.
She might be aloof and eccentric, but she's not evil. What happened?
I heard she was looking for a secret tome meant to improve one's kung fu or something else. I don't know the specifics.
You know, I've been wondering about something.
Go on.
Her sword is unusual. As far as I know, there were no other martial artists in this town before. How could a girl who was born and raised here, a town isolated from everything, become so obsessed with the sword and Jianghu?
Born and raised here? No, she's not local. She just showed up one day and no one knows what her name is or where she came from.
You know when that was?
Let me think. About the same time you first came.
I just lost my sword then.
Well, what's going on?
Lin Qingyan, is it? Why do you keep coming for me?
Object of evil. Submit and answer for your crimes.
What do you think you know?
I do have many questions. Why did the Grand Master's book of Kung Fu show up here? And why are you after it? But you won't answer them unless I take you in.
Enough talk. Do your worst. You missed your appointment. I thought you had left.
She just recognizes him.
Zheng Chao, the delivering blade.
I don't remember ever doing business with the Tianqi bureaus.
Lin Qingying of the Tianqi Bureau. I read your files when I was working at the Judicial Review office. It was a thick one. You have been quiet the last few years, though. I see you were hiding here.
And so I ended up finding a judicial office official who knows about me in this place. What a joke, isn't it? Trying to retire from the Jianghu.
Are you in league with each other?
Didn't you hear him? He left the Jianghu behind, trying to wash its stains from his hands these 7 years. It has nothing to do with this secret tome or the entire incident.
But he's trying to protect you.
Protect me. I don't need it. Young lady, get out of the way. I can deal with her myself. The swordsman does not move. You finally got rid of your sword, of the identity that it gave you. You spent 7 years putting your previous life to rest. There's no need to break your vow now. We barely know each other. When we first met, you said I could never rid myself of it. In fact, it's always been there by my side. What? I lost my sword here, then I met you, who seemed to be born to wield a sword, proving simply by observing my tiniest reactions. Of course, you could. We were inseparable once. I don't know what happened or why you're doing all of this. Now you've realized how slow of you. Funny, isn't it, how you tried to give me the name Delivering Blade when we met last year, when in fact, that is exactly what I am. This is a strange town. There's a mysterious power in the air, causing inanimate objects to become sentient geists. Teapots, fans, rocks. Maybe half the people you see on the streets were once such trinkets. I don't remember how we got separated, but I've looked like this from my first ever waking moment. I looked for you, until I found you at the tea house. You were drinking tea nonchalantly, not the slightest bit anxious. I came up to you and drew your attention, and you said, "I lost my sword. It's a sign from heaven." Young lady, no. Delivering Blade, no. How should I call you? Don't get sentimental. A swordsman with blood on his hands wants to turn over a new leaf. That's not wrong. The grumpy Tianqi over there might even exclaim, "There's no greater virtue." There was one thing that I realized at the time. That this Jianghu, which you've grown so tired of, I've seen it and walked it with you, but I never experienced it myself. I shall wield the sword and travel to the Jianghu, this time under my own name. But weregeists cannot leave this town. I've tried many times, the river to the east, the bridge to the west. It's as though there's an invisible wall around the town, one that stops only the geists. That's why you said it's not time yet. I knew it. You stole the book of Kung Fu because you sought to break this barrier for geists through the Grand Master's techniques. Such a strange affair. You could not have known who the Grand Master was, so why would you think his writings would have such power? Someone is trying to manipulate the geists into causing trouble. Are you done with your deduction, Tianqi? Yes. I thought you might have been a geist, but I did not expect you to have such a past with Jing Chou, the Delivering Blade. Yet it proves no reference for my judgment of your crimes. Or provides no reference. You must answer for the acts you committed in attempting to acquire the book. Submit or be annihilated in form and spirit by Lei Fa. Submit. The secret tome is already mine. Soon I will discover its secrets and leave this place that I have been trying to get out of for 7 years. No more sword bearer, no more stealth or sheath. What is there to stop the sword's edge? The only way to stop it is to break it. If that's so. Thunder of heaven, heed my call. Lin Qingyan's voice is soft, but it seems as though heaven and earth themselves heed her call. The sky suddenly darkens, dark clouds gather, and a giant arc of electricity forms on her palm. Her bright arc. I can't read. Tianqi Lin. I don't know how things came to this, but I can understand why she wanted to do what she did. There's no need to. She's my sword. I'll accept responsibility with her. Begone. Fool. I can understand her desire for freedom, but violence is inherent in her nature as the geist of a sword. It is unlikely that she cannot control herself anymore, or is likely. I can't read anymore. It is likely that she cannot control herself anymore. The more intent her desire is, the more important it is that I stop her from putting even more innocent people in harm's way. As for you, it was a good thing that you took the loss of your sword as a sign to distance yourself from the Jianghu and its conflicts. But 7 years have passed, and you have yet to fully retire from it. Hatred and grudges are like snow falling in a valley,
piling deeper and deeper, but you could have freed yourself from it if you truly tried. Maybe I was right. Or maybe maybe she was right in your heart. Did you truly throw away your sword? Enough talk. As both the Deputy Minister of the Judicial Review Office and disciple of the Tianqi Bureaus, this thunder must strike.
Technically, you retired from the Judicial Review, but that's okay. The clouds and thunder scatter, the sword-bearing woman is gone, and the skies are clear again. A plain-bound box, or book, lies where she stood. The wind blows its cover open. Book of Kung Fu. Good time zone, harsh boss.
The one who stole the book of Kung Fu from human right here might be here in this town. What is this person planning? No use thinking about it. I'll just retrieve the book of Kung Fu for now.
There you are. I've been looking for you. Wait, why Ten Pai? Isn't that isn't that waifu's dad?
Why Tian Pai?
There is only the swordsman left on the street. He stands there in a daze, staring silently into space. Such commotion. Is something the matter?
I lost my sword.
Damn.
It's time to go. Once a year. And never again.
Excuse me, sir.
You're... Woman with lowered brows. Do you know me? I'm lost. I don't know how I got here. You're the first person to pass by in a while, and I wondered if you know the way. So that's what Tianqi Lin meant. In your heart, did you really throw away your sword? I don't know the answer. But what you're doing is heartless, Tianqi Lin. Heartless, is it? Are you still going to beg for mercy for her, even at this hour? We saw each other one day of the year for 7 years. I thought I was the one guiding her, but it turns out it was the other way around. It's true, I was a fool. I've thrown away my sword, only to pick it up time and again. I don't know what I'm clinging to or what I'm afraid of. Maybe it's something I should figure out in a remote village somewhere or in a prison cell. I'll pay for all the damages she caused. Then I'll turn myself in. Before that, though, please.
Frenzied muttering.
Look at her. She can't hear you anymore. She has engaged in too much violence to obtain the book. Malice will overcome her mind. Even if the thunder of heaven does not strike. But she will never truly be human. Even if Lai Fa manages to rid her of geisthood. The living suffer much and think much, but the geists formed from inanimate objects are often simple of mind. It is difficult for them to truly become part of society. It is an act of kindness to bring them into this world, or an act of cruelty. Perhaps you should beg the Tianqi Bureau's forgiveness when all is said and done, Lin Qingyun. But Enough talk. As both the Deputy Minister of the Judicial Review Office and disciple of the Tianchi bureaus, this thunder must strike. What did you just say? Don't you remember anything? Remember what? Never mind. There's a town down this path. Chidao's half of a day's journey from there, which leads to many nomadic cities. Changshu, Dahuang, Lingyi. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Forward. I'm not in great health, but I want to see those places. Perhaps we can travel together for a while. So we know from Mr. Pooh that the Geists, even when they die, they can theoretically come back to life. But if she's leaving town, does that mean that she actually achieved the technique in the book to break through the town and become a real human? I think that's the only way, is that she must have, like, ascended as she died or something. And he threw away the sword so she's no longer filled with such inherent malice? Maybe. Because we did see from other stuff that if the person loses the obsession, then the Geist also disappears. So I don't think it's just leaving the sword behind. I think, or maybe that's part of the technique, is like the deception has to go away and then like they do some things and I don't know. But yeah, it seems like she just became human. Yes, tips for new players.
don't forget to upgrade all your characters. Well, not all of them, but don't forget to upgrade your characters' skills and focus at first for E1. Don't worry too much about E2. E1's much cheaper to upgrade. Hard to give like just general tips, more specific to if you have any problems, questions. I'm trying to find reference for Tiger Guy's voice again, because I forget it again. I think it was just rough and gruff, but where did he appear in that event? Remember. There he is. Oh, he sounded like that. That's not what I thought. Did I change it for use event? Maybe I did. I did change it, yeah. Yeah, he was in the last time we saw him, he was in a cave going crazy. And Lee and his daughter showed up. And now he's here. Hey, reach. I need to sort out the chat stuff again. The YouTube chat keeps breaking. Anyway. Oh, YouTube chat, say hi. They can see your messages. You can see each other's messages, but there's a overlap, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it. It It also doesn't load half the time, for some reason. Anyway. And good time zone Gabut Eseli. Reaching the top. This guy too? Oh my gosh.
What is this?
That madman barged into the training grounds and just started brawling. I think he's the one who fought the Grand Master in the same place 6 months ago. We don't know what's wrong with him, but we tried to avoid hurting him. He knocked a few dozen guys out cold and then just went away.
Why Tenpei? What madman is this? What madness is this? What happened to the Grand Master's sword?
General, someone just broke into the armory.
What did we lose?
The Grand Master's book of Kung Fu. Did Huai steal it? Dear General Zhao, war is on the horizon. The lives of your soldiers and the livelihoods of your people must be your priority. The best strategy is to disrupt your enemy's strategy. No aggression is the essence of justice. I have borrowed your book for a time. It will be returned to you in due course. Mo Yi Shen Huaizong. Best regards. Did Yao steal it? Or whatever his name was? Ya, rather? Ya? Someone stole it. The contents of the armory are unmolested except for an empty space on the bookshelf. There's only a letter where the book should be.
Guards.
Yes, sir. What are your orders?
Prepare a message. I have a matter to be delivered the Sui Regulator.
Yes, sir.
And a second message. To deliver a secret message to the Tianxi Bureau.
Understood. Ah, right. She did have the book originally when at the start of in the first vignette.
Impressive, Master Wei. Stealing an army camp 10,000 strong and escaping without breaking a sweat. No one in Yin's history could have achieved such a feat, and it's unlikely anyone else ever will.
Huai Tenpei does not answer, striding around in circles, muttering under his breath.
No need to worry, Master Huai. You helped me obtain the book, and I'll help you in turn. You will have a bout with the Grand Master in an arena with all eyes upon you. I will prepare everything for you in 10 days hence, at the peak of Mount Meng.
I guess maybe they put the letter to Sheng Huaizong to throw them off, or she's part of the Sheng Huaizong.
But I want to ask you, Master Huai, no mortal man is your equal, and you know that the Grand Master is no mortal man. Why do you insist on defeating him? Humans have not held their own against beasts for thousands of years by pitting their own weaknesses against their foes' strength.
You're not making any sense. If someone's stronger than me, I will train until I beat them. If heaven and earth are stronger than me, I will do whatever it takes to beat them.
This obsession of yours is not fit for a mortal man. But you would not have been forced into your current circumstances by the merchant if you'd completely forgotten your humanity. Should I pity you or laugh at you? Interesting. Dad came this way, Uncle Lee.
And the footprints are widely spaced. But the distance between them is consistent, and every print is equal in depth. They can only have been left by a kung fu master.
This looks like a mangler's claw. You're making fun of me again.
I caught one glimpse of him that time, and then he got away. This is the only way now, based on the clues we have. We deal with smart people in smart ways, but your dad is a kung fu obsessed fool. So we handled him the foolish way. Just keep looking. Are you worried about him or angry that he's making trouble again?
I just don't understand. No one would ever call him reliable, but he's always honest and upright when it comes to kung fu. Never bully the weak just because you're strong, and never hurt the innocent. He raised me on these ideals. I don't get it. What changed?
I've heard that people lose their reason when they lose what they love. Or if they let their obsessions get the better of them. If there's anyone under heaven who could break his heart over kung fu. Unless... Unless he's gone so far down the martial path that he's no longer dealing in mortal affairs.
Well, I haven't forgiven him yet. But I won't forgive whoever turned him this way either.
You're right. They won't get away with it. But you just reminded me. There's a town near here. Perhaps it'll offer a clue.
You're looking for someone. This has been a busy clinic lately. You see those people with plaster cast all over them. Maybe the one you're looking for is among them.
Looks like business has been booming for you. Mind if I ask, why are there so many wounded here?
It's a long story. This has always been a peaceful town, but with no real martial tradition. Maybe a couple of people making a living with the sword, but nobody worth writing home about. Best thing you can do is stand guard at a manor, or escape some goods, escort some goods a short ways. In recent days, though, we've been getting Jianghu adventurers from all across the country coming to these parts for some reason. More people means more trouble. These guys are showing up with hot tempers. A little argument and fists start flying. They're in pretty bad shape. What kind of argument gets them going at each other like that? That's another matter altogether. The folks who've come to this town are after some kind of secret kung fu tome. Legend has it, the thing will make you first under heaven, and there's nothing they wouldn't do to get their hands on it.
First under heaven. Again.
There's one particular nutcase among their ranks. He challenges anyone who looks like a Jianghu adventurer, whether they want to fight or not. Total nutcase, but incredibly strong. Half the people who've been in here these past few days got hurt fighting him. Is this guy still in town?
Who knows? He's made his share of enemies. People might be after him now. Do you know that madman?
Well, don't worry. We came out to put a stop to the conflict.
Either way, you better get him out of here, if you can. What happens in the Zhonghu may stay in the Zhonghu, but the Tianxis and Imperial Court aren't going to keep quiet if this carries on. Anyway, I got patients to see. I hope I have enough medicine in stock.
That sounds like Dad, all right. More likely than not. But I've never heard of this secret tome they're fighting over.
I've never heard of such a powerful tome either.
Whether it's true or not, there's one thing for sure. The treasure's whereabouts only become publicly known when it's being used for bait. And we should try to hook whoever set this bait. I think I just saw a familiar face.
It is interesting that all these characters are being drawn to this place.
You are Mr. Li. We met in Shangshu, correct?
But I'm glad I get to voice more Li. Yeah, it's some random town no one's like ever heard of. Alright, I will be right back in 2 seconds. Hold on a second. Alright, we're back.
Are you looking for the martial master drawn here by a supposed secret kung fu tome?
We don't know if he was drawn here by the tome.
What brings you here, Master Lin? I'm looking for the one who brought the tome here.
What do you know of all of this? I wonder... the difference in size between the two, is he just closer to the screen, or is she and him like really different in height?
Not much. All I know is that it is an elaborate plot, and many have come to this town believing those claims. As for the true purpose behind it all...
She's like barely up to his chest. Good time zone, Solzen. He's apparently 193. And Leizi is well, apparently her altar shrank by 2 centimeters. Huh. No, wait. Did I just imagine that? I imagine that. I don't know why I read it that way. Never mind. Did not shrink. She's 171. So he's got pretty much 20 centimeters on her. Which, nah, it's a little, their art here is a little off height-wise, so it's not accurate. He's just closer to the screen. They must be trying to put on a show. The way they've drawn so many. What's the best place for a show in a town like this?
Do I hear commotion outside? I think this is the second time we've met, Mr. Yun. I suppose it is fate that determined we should meet again. What a pleasure.
Young lady.
You can call me Mo Yi.
Why have you called me here, Miss Mo?
You are the Grandmaster's favorite student. No one knows him better. We would like you to appraise a certain artifact. Tell me, is this book a product of his pen?
They're intriguing. All the troubles that have befallen this town over the tome were part of your plan, weren't they?
Let's just say, no questions asked, and you'll be told no lies. In any case, I must ask you to appraise the authenticity of this book of Kung Fu for Mr. Lang here.
Mo Yi takes out the tome and hands it to Yun Qingping. This is the second time that Yun Qingping has seen the book in this town. He saw the waiter steal the book in the tea house, but now it has ended up in Mo Yi's hands. Flipped through the pages. Yes, this is the book that the Grandmaster dictated to me, which I put to paper with my pen. This was a gift from the Grandmaster to General Zhou Zhuan Lao of Yumen. How did it end up in your hands?
We can talk about that later. Is the Master of Garden of Grotesqueries interested in this, Mr. Lang?
It is a remarkable feat, obtaining this book. I won't ask how you did it. I shall communicate this to my master for him to make a decision.
Will your master still not show himself, even though we've confirmed that this is the original manuscript?
It is not my place to judge on behalf of my master. He has his own standards for determining whether or not an item is truly treasure. I will give you the answer once I have spoken to him. What a shame. Can I ask the question now, Miss Mo? Why have you stolen the tome and spread such rumors about, through the Zhanghu? You have one foot in the Zhanghu, don't you? I accompany my master on his travels in my early years, but I would not count myself as a Kung Fu master. Neither would I. I'm just a Zhanghu nobody with no knowledge of Kung Fu. But I love watching self-proclaimed Kung Fu masters kill each other while starving beasts for a tiny bit of fame. Some ridiculously insignificant squabble. The quarrels and bickering of real people is so much more interesting than staged plays. Such blood will be spilt for this play of yours. Isn't it a little dishonorable? What do heaven and earth know of honor? Why should I care? Just sit back and relax. I'm sure you'll enjoy the show too. All of these things, what's going on? Am I imagining things? Or did all those chairs and tables in the street turn into people? Even the brooms? No, you're not. There's something strange happening in this town. Just thinking of the objects turning into people as some kind of illusion, and don't let it bother you too much. Well, I've seen stranger things. These abominations. Could there be one of Miss Ling's siblings in this place? I'm afraid the situation is slightly worse than that. But I've never seen them in an uproar like this. What happened? Looks like they're heading in the same direction. Are they going up the hill? Oops. The peat of Mount Meng is packed with people. Not just Jianghu wanderers chasing rumors, but also the non-human residents of the town who have taken human form. It's an honor to have so many heroes of the Jianghu assembled here today. I'm sure your time is valuable, so I'll get straight to the point. Here it is. Mo Yi raises the book of Kung Fu up high, and many in the crowd begin to whisper to one another. This is a legendary tome written by the Grand Master defending the borders of Yin. Not only does it contain the greatest secrets of Kung Fu to elevate your school above all others, it also reveals the secret to shedding your mortal hide and becoming a god in flesh, reaching the heights of the Grand Master. All who practice Kung Fu dream of elevating their schools above all others. For many in the crowd, however, they are more interested in shedding your mortal hide and becoming a god part. Whatever they are seeking, Mo Yi's words are enough to send them into a frenzy. With all the rumors flying around about the Jianghu lately, I'm sure one book would not be enough to convince you. This is why I've invited Mr. Yun here. Mr. Yun is the Grandmaster's record keeper. Perhaps some of you even recognize him, and know that I speak the truth. He has attested to the authenticity of the book. There can be no greater assurance. Mo Yi pauses to ensure that the crowd does not doubt her before continuing. I am young and unlearned, and it is not my place to keep this treasure for my own. That's why I'm hosting this banquet of heroes.
all who have assembled here today. This tome shall belong to whoever manages to take it and keep it. It is as though the crowd has exploded. Everyone has weapons in hand, brandishing at the people around them. All they need is a cue to start killing. Those who know better try to back off quietly, but even more rush toward Mo Yi, drawn by her promise. The Geists, who share the same thought, join flesh and blood humans in the scrum. Everyone, hear me out, please. In the commotion, Yun Qingping walks to the front of the stage and speaks to the crowd below. Some of them hear his words, and one after another they stop doing whatever they were doing, curious to hear what this frail young man has to say. My master says that testing oneself against another is the only path to self-reflection, and competing against others is the only path to self-improvement. Competition is the future for students of the martial arts. But we must not forget the most basic rule of Kung Fu: hard work is the only path to mastery. The study of the martial arts is fundamentally the improvement of oneself. To take shortcuts to make oneself stronger for the sake of fame and glory is to confound the end with the means to that end. What are you trying to say? There's no doubt that this is the original manuscript of the Book of Kung Fu. However, what you should know is, this book was dictated to me by my master and put to paper by my pen. It is not imbued with any of the magical effects that Miss Mo claims. If this book is in fact so wondrous, why is it that I, who wrote the words with my own hand, remain an ordinary man with no Kung Fu to boast of? His voice is not loud, but every word rings clear. A commotion of a different kind begins to spread through the crowd. Mr. Yun, I suggest you refrain from making any wrong moves at a time like this. Yun Qingping pretends not to hear the girl's threat and continues speaking. The Book of Kung Fu contains a Grandmaster's understanding of Kung Fu accumulated over his vast lifetime, as well as key points often missed by martial artists during training. It is of great benefit to any practitioner of the martial arts. Other than that, it has no unique properties. If you don't believe me... Yun Qingping takes out a printed copy of the Book of Kung Fu. This Book of Kung Fu is no secret, and certainly not one of a kind. There is no need to spill blood over it. Watch out, Uncle Lee. Ow. You know, this is a sight that I didn't really need to see again. There's too many of them. These pots and pans turned humans have something to do with that secret tome, too? These pots and pans must be headed in the direction of the culprit. We take them in custody, and everything else will become clear. I would like to ask the two of you to help. Of course, Master Lin. I'll clear a path for you. What did you say? It was my master's most sincere wish to help more people go further down the path of Kung Fu, but teaching martial arts is a very personal thing, and the Grandmaster's time and energy was not unlimited. What he could do was record his thinking, understanding, and concise language so that those who come after can avoid certain pitfalls without learning the hard way. The Book of Kung Fu is certainly his labor of love, with countless generations of record keepers' archives that I had the honor of organizing. The Grandmaster gifted this book to General Zhou in the hopes that its teachings would be known throughout the army, and eventually by all the people. He never intended to keep it a secret. In other words, if those present want to take their Kung Fu to a higher level, I'm happy to request another print run. It would be trivial to get everyone a copy. Just sign up for this pre-order, and then we'll get it all set. Profanities begin flying out from the crowd after a brief moment of silence. If one person took a step forward, the rest would follow to throw this Liberi fraud from the mountaintop. Good. Very good. You've learned courage from the Grandmaster, if nothing else. But did it occur to you that I could take your life here and now with ease if you so pushed me?
Well, then I would be an unlucky man. It can't be helped. I'm no martial artist, but I know the rules of the Jianghu. I can't stand idly by when injustice occurs. Please return the Book of Kung Fu to Yumen. It's something special to these Jianghu adventurers. But it means a lot to General Zhou.
You? How dare you?
Allow me to say a few more words, Miss Mo. You said you wanted to put on a show of real-life people quarreling and bickering. I suppose you wanted me to see people spilling blood for the sake of Kung Fu Tome. All I see, however, is people who want to improve their martial skills. Well, there's nothing wrong with pursuing mastery of the martial arts. I've seen much evil in the world, but very little done for the sake of evil. More often, so-called evil beings with good intentions only incorrect means. I don't know why you're doing this, but deceiving people like this is not the proper way. Your skills and your cleverness could be used to better ends.
You may not have learned Kung Fu from the Grand Master, but it looks like you did learn this holier-than-thou attitude. Don't blame me, then. I have you at last. You are guilty of theft from a critical military facility, and now you are deceiving the people with your lies. What is your purpose? This must be the famous Deputy Minister Lin. But you've already resigned your position, haven't you? It's not your style to overstep your bounds, is it? As a Tian Shi, I cannot stand by and watch this evil take place. I am taking you to Bai Zhao.
What are you out laughing at?
I'm laughing at how short-sighted you are, despite all the big words you say. All of Bai Zhao and Yumen are on the brink, yet you're trying to sabotage me while claiming to represent justice. What do you mean? Perhaps I don't understand Kung Fu as deeply as you do, but you don't understand the Fahrenmuts nearly as deeply as I. I didn't want to do this, but...
Mo Yi leaps back and creates some distance. Standing at the summit, she holds the tome in her hand, with rare focus and reverence in her eyes.
The 9 provinces are dark.
The sky darkens at her words.
Heaven and earth are silent. Heed my words, great mystery. In the earth, lines warp and weft. In the heavens, the genesis of martial prowess. In the name of the Shan Huai Zhong, I bid ye cometh, first of the 12, the name of which is Shuo.
What the? You just summoned a giant Chongyu? The darkness that engulfed heaven and earth is suddenly dashed apart, revealing the manifestation of the bestial Sui, whose towering figure reaching towards the heavens. All present are starkly reminded of their insignificance, even standing at the peak of a mountain. Whether this is really him or simply an illusion, the appearance of this massive shadow signifies one thing: the power of Shuo lives within the manuscript. Rumbling roar.
What?
Master?
I suppose there are a few living people in Yin who have seen this aspect of him. It's a reminder of what Yin has been facing all these years. If you want to catch me, you'll have to fight him first. Look out.
The massive shadow slams its palm towards the crowd on the ground. The entire mountain shakes. Many are knocked off their feet, but it is no simple blow. Yu Qingping could see clear from form and meaning in the palm strike, with a swiftness that belays its size, its movements.
Its every movement and its presence announce its nature as a manifestation of Kung Fu itself. Scatter, get out of the way. I will call upon the Five Thunders. Thunder hits the shadow, but it is as though it struck the void. It's no use. What under heaven is that thing? No, that's not the Grand Master. The Grand Master's sword is not here. This is no more than an illusion reflected in the Book of Kung Fu. I don't know how the girl did it, but there must be a way to break this spell. If we can bypass the illusion and attack her directly.
Finally. We meet again. As the crowd scatters, this show greets its first challenger.
Stay back, it's dangerous.
Master, why? No snap. Huai Tianpai does not answer, striding towards Shou with firm steps. I lost the sword. I broke my promise. I should not have come to see you. My dream has yet to be realized. My life is finite. I must come to see you. Menacing murmur. The fist moves wind and clouds. Huai Tianpai does not dodge or cower, letting the wake of the punch brush against him. Another punch, heavy as a mountain, inexorable as a tide, falls upon Huai Tianpai. Fist meets fist, strength meets strength. How is this possible? It is the shadow of a god, the manifestation of Kung Fu itself, yet somehow it has met its match. It is a duel between equals. Yun Ping takes out a pen and paper by instinct. The palm strikes, shattering heaven and earth. Inhale, exhale, and let the breath be one with the cosmos. Her fist meets palm, still evenly matched. Huai Tianpai matches Shou, move for move. Continuing to step forward, with each exchange, Shou becomes more corporeal, more real. One round after another, finally, Huai Tianpai stands at the summit, gazing up at the illusion's wrath. "11 rounds. Yun Ping flips open his record of martial combat to the page where he recorded that duel for the ages. He still remembers the final punch, which could not be described with language. Master Huai has taken another step forward. Simplicity is perfection. It is a simple thing to understand. But with life and death on the line, how many could set aside their ego, set aside themselves, cutting everything down to its most basic elements? A single punch or kick at exactly the right time, be it in offense or in defense. Kung Fu has become an inherent part of him, in his limbs, in his muscles, in his viscera. 30 rounds have passed. Huai Tianpai still stands. The power of the punches have left 2 deep ditches in the boulder beneath his feet. But he can no longer go forward. One more step, and he will fall off the cliff. Huai Tianpai shows no intention of backing down. No, he's in danger. But who dares intervene in such a duel? Who can? Tad. The cry causes the man to pause for an instant in the midst of a fight for life and death. It's you. Well, I remember now.
I remember now. I made a 40-year promise. I handed over the sword because I could not abandon it. I remember now. I have a daughter to protect. My name is Hui Tianpei. But I forgot. I forgot all the moves I learned. I forgot my opponents and enemies. I have never lost. I am without equal under heaven. Who am I fighting against? Am I only fighting against myself? There is no path ahead. I must turn back.
Yeah.
Wei Tianpei leaps into the air and sends his fist into the chest of Shou. He cuts a ragged figure, but his eyes are crystal clear. As the illusion dissipates, Wei Tianpei falls from the cliff. A wind blows by, and the sky is restored to its previous color. The battle that shook heaven and earth might as well have been a dream that everyone went through together. The spectators continue to look up at the sky, forgetting to turn their gazes away. Oh, Zola. Zola. Yun. Auntie Lin. Thank goodness you're alright. I guess I wasn't too late. Master Hui fell from the cliff in the fight with the illusion. Please send someone to search for him. Master Hui is here too. What a coincidence. Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Someone fell from the cliff. Send men to look for him.
Yes, sir.
I came with the platoon when I heard the thief who stole the Grandmaster's book of Kung Fu and from Yunmen had been sighted causing trouble. But the culprit... Only now did they realize that the girl had disappeared without a trace. She got away again. All the routes in and out of the mountains are being watched. She won't escape. As for the rest of you, by imperial decree, those present are deemed to have been incited by an outlaw, and your culpability in this matter will not be pursued if you leave this place at once. Those who do not comply will be dealt with harshly. Many of those present have not always lived on the right side of the law, and their hearts sank like a stone when they saw the soldiers arrive. It is thus a massive relief to hear that they will not be prosecuted, and they bow an apology before quickly leaving as they can. Only the Geists remain, not quite understanding the situation, looking lost and bewildered.
Made it just in time. Look at you, acting like the worst of humanity. Engaging in vanity and avarice. What did I teach you? If you want to become human, you must learn humanity little by little, starting with right and wrong. You may have the body of a human, but if you don't have a conscience, then you're not a human after all, just a beast wearing clothes. You've seen how the book you'd longed for was just a dream. Come with me back to the school. If you still want to learn. Mr. Pooh sees Lin Qingyan and seemingly bows in apology. He turns around and leaves in such a hurry as he came. He's limping a little, perhaps the climb had taken a toll on his legs. The Geists linger for a little bit, then turn back to their original forms one by one, forming a long line as they follow the man down the mountain. So it seems that then the Delivering Blade, the book, I mean, a giant avatar was just summoned, so I don't know about the fact that the book isn't magic, but the book is seemingly not magic, so the Delivering Blade, I think she became human because she actually had just learned to be human, like after like the confrontation with and the revealing the truth with her swords master person. And then why Tianpei, I guess, achieved first under heaven. Had an epiphany like, wait a second, I am first under heaven. There's nothing more for me to do. Town Chronicle. The last one. Oh, she actually didn't escape. Figured she would.
Surrender now.
A crack of thunder knocks the girl's blade out of her hands and sends her to the ground. Dark clouds hover above her head, ready to deliver an even more powerful thunderclap.
I suggest you don't move, unless you wish to be struck by lightning.
Persistent lot, aren't you, Master Lin and Candleholder Zoe? A peaceful end and no harm was done. Do you really need to prosecute me so? All of the people you dragged into this show of yours.
It is no mean feat, summoning a Sui Shang with the token of the Faramut proxy. Who are you? Where did you learn such forbidden arts?
Is that all you care about? The most ancient secret in this land is within reach, Candleholder, and all you want to do is arrest everyone who tries to understand it. Objects have masters, but knowledge has none. Who decided that the Soi regulator and no one else is allowed to know?
How am I supposed to believe that you have no malicious intent given what you did at Mengshun Town? You'll come with us, and you'll paint a clearer picture of everything you know and everything you're planning.
So you want to take me alive? Does that mean there's nothing you can do? Should I insist on running?
Obstinate fool. We want you alive, but not necessarily conscious.
One moment. A crack echoes in the sky, but the fire is faster. The blade of flame cuts through the thunder, and a figure stands in front of the Laberi. What? This person?
Your Lei Fa is quite impressive for your age. Your arts are familiar. Does Bai Ding Shun's generation have their own students now? These fire arts. Could you be Zhu Shi?
Ah? Isn't this the girl who played with grain buds in Dao Huang? Yeah.
I am Lin Qingyan, student of the Lei Fa School, and of the Tianqi Bureau. This isn't a formal occasion. No need for formalities. You too, girl. Mo Yi of the Shanhuai Zhang. Greetings, Tianqi. So she's really Shanhai Zhang.
Why the look of surprise? Go to the scrolls in the deepest sections of your library. You are the ones who are behind in terms of Faramut research.
All I see is the Shanhai Zhang committing evil deeds of every kind in the name of the Faramuts.
What I have to do with those who commit murder
arson, or any other deeds under the Shanghai Zhong name, how is it any of my business? Can you guarantee that everyone who wears that shiny uniform of yours is an upstanding individual? You! Those eccentric ways, this sharp tongue of yours, just like your founder. I thought the old carpenter didn't have any heirs left. After all these years, looks like I was wrong. The great Hund of 1,000 years ago contradicted his ideals. He became disillusioned and shied away from society. But some people remember how he wanted to stop the war. You talk big. How did you intend to stop this war? I simply wanted to see the master of the Garden of Grotesqueries. It was for this reason that I stole the Book of Kung Fu and summoned the Sui Sheng. I guarantee that this war can be stopped, if I'm allowed to enter his garden to find a certain object. A remnant of the proxy who disappeared. Oh? Huh? You have nerve, if nothing else. Roundhead, you've been listening long enough. Are you going to welcome your guests or not? All the guests present today are very important. You certainly made my heart skip a beat with your suggestion, or you would if I had one. Enough small talk. This has more to do with you than anyone else. What do you plan on doing? I spoke with my master just now. Since both you and a candle holder of the Sui regulators are here, may I make a proposal? May we have our guests assist in the placation for this year, as it seems fate has intended. Placation. The Sui regulator checks on the slumbering bestial Sui and reinforces the seal on the tomb of the Sui. This process is called the placation. But it has always been the most experienced candle holders who handle the affair. The rogue proxy entered the tomb of the Sui several days ago. There has been no news since. The Sui regulator is likely vexed about how to conduct this year's placation.
Okay.
This is a major matter I must report to. You really think there's time to make a report? Just go on. If the Grand Tutor asks, tell him I gave the nod. Understood. You, girl, you're coming with me. Me? You don't get along with the candleholder kid, and you'll just keep fighting in there, whatever. Whatever you're looking for, he can look for it for you. As for you, I want to talk to you about that master of yours. As you wish. What should we do?
It's not hard, just go up along the path once you enter the Garden of Grotesqueries, and pay attention to your surroundings. Other than that, be careful of collections in the Garden of Grotesqueries. The Geists of the Master's collections are a far cry from those you saw in the town. You must be careful. You said go up, but we're already at the top of the mountain, aren't we? Where is this Garden of Grotesqueries that you speak of? Infinitely far and infinitely close. When you are on this mountain, you are adjacent to the Garden of Grotesqueries. Taking you into the Garden of Grotesqueries is easy, but reach its depths requires the touch of fate. May I borrow the Weiqi board that you carry with you? Of course, go ahead. And may I have the tome you are carrying, young lady? Whatever. Thank you. A passage will now be opened. Go through this passage and you may enter the forbidden grounds of the Garden of Grotesqueries. Lines of war, warp and weft in the order of heaven and earth. But what does this have to do with the placation? The Weiqi board and the book extend infinitely into the distance from Liang's hands, creating a realm within a realm. Mountains turn to flat land in the blink of an eye, and the group goes through this strange space. They step out of it to find a door hidden behind a screen. Welcome to the Garden of Grotesqueries. Here we are. This was a town full of vitality before that disaster, with hundreds of households and flourishing farmland. Many years have passed, and now all that left is... Come out. You.
Yes, Master Lang.
Are all of you here? Looks left and right.
There are some broken tiles and bricks amidst the ruins. Not much time has passed since we awakened, and they do not yet understand language. Could they be brought out?
Let me explain why I am here first. All of you must leave this place. Whispering to one another. Everyone who lived here has either died or departed after the incident at the tomb of the Zoe. You are mundane artifacts that have gained sentience from the incident's aftermath, wandering this place. Perhaps you've already sensed the presence of a garden above the tomb, which Yi calls the Garden of Grotesqueries. Neither Yin nor the siblings will tolerate the presence of a geist-infested ruin in the vicinity of the Garden of Grotesqueries.
We understand. But where can we go, Master Lang?
Yi said that those of good form or quality can find a home in the garden. The rest must be cleaned up. You have 1 month to prepare. All trace of the disaster should be gone by then.
The east area has been cleaned up. We'll sow some grass seeds here, then clean up the west area. It used to be a river that flowed through the town, but it'll take some time to clean up the sludge.
Good work.
We've gathered the geists that meet the requirements with reference to the book that you brought. They're all here. There aren't many.
Go and help them, then come with me to the Garden of Grotesqueries afterwards.
It's busy here.
Indeed. Where is Yi? He went out. He found the surroundings of one of the pavilions a little too sparse and went looking for something to decorate there.
Seems like you're the only one around whenever I visit.
That's why he built me. He can be quite communicative to people and things that he's interested in. He would talk 3 days and nights to a child just to obtain a stone, even if scolded and abused, and he can't stand to be around your kind for even a few minutes.
That's for the best, I suppose. Couldn't stand his fake hospitality either. Back on the topic, are things not proceeding a little slow? 7 days have passed, and only a small part of the ruins have been cleared.
Slow. Clearing the rubble is the easy part, but properly handling hundreds if not thousands of objects touched by Geisthood. I'm sure the Sui regulator knows full well how arduous a task it is.
There is an easier way, no? If my ears didn't deceive me, some weregeists are following you back to the Garden of Grotesqueries.
Do you mean that I should take all the Geist-touch objects, bricks and tiles, weeds and branches, chairs and tables, cups and plates back to the Garden of Grotesqueries?
Yes.
We don't have the space.
Didn't you say that you thought the garden was a little sparse?
Did I?
The awakening of the Sui and caused great upheaval in Baizhou and the surrounding lands. Your siblings have paid a dear price even.
Stop. Yi says that is all in the past. The siblings do not wish to speak of it, especially not with you.
In any event, the affairs of the Garden of Grotesqueries have always been the affairs of the people. It says atop the tomb, pinning in the slumbering one in a dream, pacifying the evil that would threaten Baizhou.
I think you're mistaken about something.
Oh?
The Garden of Grotesqueries is first and foremost Yi's garden, home to the rare and delightful, the eccentric and the grotesque. From all 4 corners, from ancient times to present, Yi would love to have the sights of the whole world and its boundaries, and would gladly move the entire garden's layout for the sake of one little rock. It is not a tool for the Zui regulator, and certainly not a trash heap for the tomb of the Zoi. I will deal with the geist near the tomb. The Zoi regulator could not presume to interfere with anything else. Hasn't the east side been cleaned up? Why is this weregeist going that way? Someone is coming. Stay out of sight.
This is it. This is the place. Long last. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize there was somebody here. You're human, right?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Well, sir, are you one of the mandarins assigned to watch these hills, judging by your attire?
You could say that. This place has long been abandoned, the roads broken and overgrown. No civilian has approached it in many years. Who are you?
You might know there was once a town here. I used to live here.
It was a long time ago.
Yes. A disaster happened many years ago, a terrible event that no one could truly describe. The town was destroyed overnight. I was a young boy at the time. My whole family was. By sheer luck that I survived. I went to Jiangxi and lived there for many years. This is the first time I've been back.
Jiangxi is a long way from here.
A very long way. I spent most of the money that I saved over the years on this journey.
Just to see these ruins?
No, I plan to rest for a couple of days, then get about fixing this house and clearing some farmland around here. I think my journey has come to an end.
I don't understand. You've found a new life in Jiangxi. Why are you obsessed with these broken ruins?
They may look like ruins to you, broken beams and cracked bricks overgrown with weeds. But after all these years, I still remember how I hid my pocket money in the corner of the house to buy sweets from a passing peddler. I remember fighting with the neighbors' kids, bringing lunch to our parents in the fields together, going to class at the school on the west side together. This is my home, sir, even if it was destroyed.
Are you, as you say, it was destroyed? You remember the disaster. Aren't you afraid it may strike again?
Catastrophe is everywhere on this land. There is no heaven or haven that has never been touched by disaster. Disaster might interrupt our lives, but we'll come back after it's gone. We'll fix the house, clean up the fields again and again, as it always has been, for centuries and more. I met others who fled this place before I set out on that journey. They want to come back just like me, before long. Given enough time, even objects form an attachment to a place, never mind humans.
But you can't stay, at least not for a few days yet.
Huh?
There are official restrictions in place for this area right now. Go and stay at a nearby inn and wait for the announcement.
No, right? Ouch, did I trip over something?
It's nothing. I'll see you off. Come out. Silence. I suggest you come out while I'm still asking politely.
There is rustling in a corner, and a weregeist in the shape of a bottle emerges from its hiding place after a while.
It was you. You were the one who was running around when the Sui regulator came, weren't you? This place has been cleaned up. Why are you hiding here? You don't want to be destroyed. Shakes up and down. Do you want to come with me to the Garden of Grotesqueries? Shakes left and right. You want to stay here? Shakes up and down. Why?
I'm waiting for someone, sir.
Waiting for someone.
The ones who made me. A scholar by the name of Lan Ke and a woman by the name of Bai Jin made me. When this place was still a town, they said I was the first thing they made for their new home. When they got married, they put me in the most prominent place in the living room, and put a new flower in me every day.
Never forget. They shaped me and put me in the furnace, then went off to do other things while I was being heated. When the disaster happened and they never came back, I've been waiting for them.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Sir?
Please don't get angry at it, sir.
The scroll-shaped entity stands before Lang and angles its upper half forward, its bamboo strips turning white at the effort. Are you bowing?
Indeed. I learned that one should bow politely when making a request.
Oh.
There used to be a school on the west side of the town, and I laid upon the top layer of the bookshelf. The teacher told the students manners maketh man. He said it many times, and I remembered. It didn't mean to disobey your orders, but it has had no other thought in its mind for so many years. Would you perhaps oblige it?
The scroll-shaped entity once again bows.
I won't let you hurt it, no matter your answer.
A sword-shaped entity puts itself in front of the bottle-shaped entity and scroll-shaped entity, pointing its head, tip of the sword, towards Lang. Its blade reflects the sunlight.
It's my...
Kindred, friend.
Yeah, that.
I have a few questions for you, Bottle.
Yes, sir?
When did you start thinking that way?
I don't remember.
Have you ever doubted?
Why should I doubt? That man from Jiangqi came back, so along Ke, and Bai Jin.
Lang stands in silence as the wind blows through his hollow skull and chest mechanism, causing a soft humming sound. He looks like he is thinking. I thought the containment had caused you to form a basic sentience. No more than that. You wander around this place, your words and actions limited by your attributes as objects. Little did I imagine that you would develop human-level thoughts and emotions.
Given enough time, even objects form an attachment to a place, never mind humans.
Interesting. You are weregeists that have lingered after the disaster. Do you remember what the town looked like?
We do, sir.
Can you restore it?
Yes.
Are you willing to live together with humans? Oh snap.
What have you been doing behind my back, Lang?
What is it?
I told you to clean up the ruins, destroy the weregeist that should be destroyed, and bring back the weregeist that should be brought back to the Garden of Grotesqueries. But you built a town.
You're talking like you don't know. I'm your creation, my thoughts are your thoughts, my deeds are your deeds.
Ah, I see.
Besides, this is the best solution, isn't it? There are too many geist-touched objects around the tomb of the Zoe. Simply destroying them or throwing them into the garden wouldn't solve the problem. People are returning to this town long after it was returned to ruins.
Your account of the changes in the Geist are interesting, but the Zoe regulator must have complained about letting Geist live together with people. What did you say to them?
I told them we'll keep an eye. Yi and I, just the two of us, are going to have a hard time watching over all of the Geists. If all we have is a single garden, what if the Geists get out? It would be like what happened in Mengtian Town. The Sui regulator would take the brunt of it, then Baizhou.
Good. I never have to worry with you in charge.
GG.
Anyway, it's a good thing. A town in the proximity of the Garden of Grotesqueries will delay those with ill intent, giving us time to welcome our guests. Now, clean the garden and let us welcome our visitors.
I can't tell if that was timey-wimey nonsense. Was that before or after everything else that just happened? I felt like it was after. Like they're saying like, oh yeah, time's passed now. Stuff went down inside the garden. The town was destroyed. They even did say what happened in Mungshan Town. So that was a different town they rebuilt? I'm not sure. Because then he's like, we have to welcome our visitors, which I would assume would be Lin and everyone, right? I don't know. The story of the creation of the town. Right. But they mentioned Mungshan Town as well. I don't know. Neat. I like that. That was cool. That was interesting. Fun little stories. Like fun little kind of side stories for each vignette. So the garden was technically on top of the tomb, which that now explains why it seemed why we're in the garden to fight the Zoe. And we know that Wing entered the tomb, and then a few days later, by the time this little event is taking place, no one's heard anything. Deal 120,000 damage, okay.
When one learns from experience, the lessons never cease.
We got a little bit of time, we'll do some challenge modes, I guess.
Where stand the wilds?
Oops.
Where stand the cities?
Need some lighting? All good. This light on my head will illuminate the path ahead. As long as it
Confused,
doesn't
where
burn
does the
out.
cave come in? The
I
cave already
think it
happened. This is
will.
after Buys Out.
Probably.
This is after Joy of Our Reunion, which is when he was in the cave. Right? Unless that was... No. Because they were searching for him. They're like, oh, we found him, and then he ran away, and they're like... And Lee was like, you know, foolish people, you search for them in foolish ways, instead of searching for them in logical ways or whatever. I don't think he would go crazy after that, because this was him this was him being like, oh, I am first under heaven. And then he was like, he was done. He was content. He just fell off a cliff. I'm sure he's fine.
Che posto stupendo. much nigga flowers in life. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
Switching forms.
That was enough. Oh my gosh. That was close enough.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain. If you're really incapable of settling this,
No one can see me.
I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
That was on your last words? No. Need speed to succeed. Bad luck. You ran into me.
Some cut to the chase commanding. Promise me you'll deploy me closer to the enemy next time, Doctor. I'll try some more efficient techniques.
Smarties have increased movement speed. Oh boy.
When
can
one
just go
learns
for this
from
one.
experience, the lessons never cease.
Hoping he gets to be a mid-boss. Might be. I wouldn't think of it though.
Make certain my claws don't scratch you.
Che posto stupendo.
Practice without principle is the height of folly. A fine decision.
Sono tutta why the rush. The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Oh, I should try adding a jet engine next time.
A fine decision. Five thunders. Smite the wicked. Ho!
I'm in position. Target disarmed.
Switching forms.
Please, this is no time for pity.
So much nigga. Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Don't keep me waiting. Don't hide your fear. But this will keep you quiet.
Need speed to succeed.
They move faster, so they cycle faster. Probably should have brought a pusher, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah,
So
we're,
much
we-
why the rush?
we're
The road to the afterlife is crowded enough. Higashini's shoji screen often ran a common theme. The kami created life and land to propagate themselves. A pity they didn't care for what came after. Sorting out this mess is hard work.
Barbland blight damage increased. I hope I can speedrun these. First try, every try, okay?
What blocks the way, I will burn through.
Just watch.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. Son tutta orecchie. Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Switching forms.
I'm listening. I know what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Son tutta orecchie. Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm or a panoramic view of hell? Which did you want again?
I would sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Captain Gospel!
So much negotiation. At least make me lose the code.
Nice.
I pass on your last words. No.
Use them before they turn invisible a little bit. Actually, he's got those gum guys on lockdown.
Son tutta orecchie. At least make me lose the code.
Mission accomplished.
All right.
Confidence of our companions is earned. The road ahead is perilous. These victories are precious.
Also, what are these, what is this sweetie thing? If you bring lost geists that have not yet transformed to Mr. Pooh's place, he will give you a few interesting trinkets in return as thanks. Do notice the things he previously collected all have their own names. A small object on the cusp of becoming a geist, taking advantage of humanity's inattention to trundle about. Pranks in the street corner, odd sounds from the depths of stoves, a strange air permeates the town. Little geist, okay. Field musts, thieves, and everything have increased movement speed.
Make certain my claws don't scratch you.
What tones are your souls in?
Picked out your bait yet?
So much flowers imbibed. The lady in suit and tie dance with a blade.
Don't? I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
If you're really branch and bone bear weeds, mounds and ruins bloom fields. Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel beam?
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Target the sun.
Son tutta flowers imbibed. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
Ah, yes, those guys.
Monster. In position.
Miss Lightning Flash. Thunder Sword shall clash.
Whoa, that guy just ran right through him.
I saw nothing.
So much needed. Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough to hide
Excuse
fear.
me.
Okay, this is awkward, but I'm the only one who...
Target eliminated. Sow the mountains when summer leaves the white dew. Seed the plains when equinox paints
Those guys have
russet
a lot of movement speed.
This will keep you quiet. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
I'm here. Twine blade shall evil be excised. With righteous Felga strike shall
It's
demons
all
die.
contaminated and I can't do anything about that.
Deployment? Sorry. I used
Please make me lose the coat.
Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait? Look, Zaro. See the game we... Look, Zaro. See the game we humans... Look, Zaro. What are you waiting for? The curtains are about to fall.
Mission accomplished.
No wonder.
A grand spectacle. A perfect show. A dignified exit. Bravo. Bravo! But I won't applaud. Not without an accident befalling the act.
Million units have -1 block, range units have +1 block. Okay.
When one learns from experience, the lessons never cease.
Reap not what's sown by malice.
switching forms.
We'll have the medic block.
Che posto stupendo. Soon to tell. Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
I do so nothing. Need speed to succeed.
Please, trust in me.
Practice without principle is the height of folly.
No one can see me.
I'm here. A fine, 5 thunders, smite the wicked. Huh!
I pass on your last words. No.
Soon to the flowers imbibe. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
Apple pie with soon!
I had lunch. You ran into me. Moving to designated location.
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
I'm here. There is no flight from heaven's foes.
Doctor, can you come help me out? My wheel's stuck on a tile.
She's pretty good. I like
Hold out your
her.
hand. High five. Oh, the wheel? I pulled it out myself.
-2 deployment limit. I still don't know, like, fully the skill 3 if there's a way to, like, really strategically use it, but I mean, it works. It just works.
Keep track of my position.
Like, I assume
I'm
lots
ready
of
to
a
strike.
place with a lot of walls is better.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. So much, at least make me lose the code.
Okay, this is awkward, but I'm the only one who knows how to handle the chaos I created.
Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel beam?
Switching forms.
I knew you could suck it! Gospel!
Miss Lightning Flash. Thunder Sword shall clash.
Go ahead. Target eliminated.
A fine decision.
This will keep you quiet. Need speed to succeed.
Those guys are gonna be a problem.
Please, trust in me. Go ahead. Target disarmed.
Mission accomplished.
You always win, just like the old days. But this time, your joy is real.
Pump station no longer available. That's fine. I didn't use it correctly last time anyway.
Let's see, which insect is falling into my trap?
Che posto stupendo.
Monster. In position.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn red.
Oh, they're invisible on that though, aren't they?
Real estate question. This wonderful realm or a panoramic view of hell? Which did you want again?
I'm listening.
Spring breeze, timely rain.
Ow, those guys are ranged.
Have no place,
Forgot
but in
about
a
that.
burst of autumn red.
They can hit top guys. That's crazy.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
I wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Excuse me?
I'm listening.
Please, trust in me. This will keep you quiet. I'm prepared for lives. Now, ignite.
monster. In position.
No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then everybody's in the game. Look, Zaro, do not disappoint me, my friends.
Ready with endless burn. You need care.
Moving to designated location.
Practice without principle is the height of folly. A fine disease, twine blades shall evil be excised. This righteous spells strike shall demons die.
Mission accomplished. Some cut to the chase commanding. Promise me you'll deploy me closer to the enemy next time, Doctor. I'll try some more efficient techniques.
And last, freeze barrier value is increased and weft and warp damage greatly. Oh, weft and warp. They kept saying that in the event. I think we're just gonna still bomb it down into oblivion.
What blocks the way, I will burn through.
Che posto stupendo. So much neat flowers imbibe. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
No one can see me.
Switching forms.
They only follow me into the shadows.
That's fine.
Roar. A word I've not heard in a long, long time. If you're really sow the mountains when summer leaves the white dew, seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm will high with sound.
Go ahead. I'm in position. No need to guess which position. Go ahead. Target illuminated.
Yeah.
No one
We're fine.
meet your death.
Go ahead. Target quickly.
They only remember you stepped into my domain.
I'm in position. Go ahead. Target quickly.
Mission accomplished.
I keep my promises. One attempt each.
War itself is unworthy of a performance, but I will listen
Oh,
to
that's a
every
nice
voice on the
black. I like
battlefield.
that one. A lone
From
lotus.
hero to refugee.
Joy's boundless consciousness fills your eyes, but you see no flowers bloom into the forest. Nice.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
Well, that is fantasy in the actually, hold on, the medal. Does the medal say anything interesting? Sometimes they do. Life is to be celebrated through trials and tribulations there may be. Live life to the fullest, and you shall have no regrets. The vessel may die and decay, but the spirit lives on. The medal that Bison gave you after completing the workouts in gratitude for your guidance and trust. The enthusiasm of youth, owned by trial and training. Bison gave us the medal? That's fantasy in the Mirage, though. Oh my goodness. YouTube chat, what's wrong with you? I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think the actual garden should be next week, right? Well, I don't know if we'll have time next week specifically, but yeah, of course I'll give it a try. I gotta give them tries. I think with the new integrated strategies modules and stuff, that hopefully it should be doable. They all feel more doable nowadays than they were back in the past. In the past, I dreaded it a lot more than I do nowadays, but I mean, there's still bosses I can't beat. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get next week, because I think next week is also Honkai Star Rail. So that takes residents. Let me see, next week. Yeah. The 17th. Wednesday. Now that is an interlude update. It might not take very long at all. But other than that, that's all for today. So thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.